Well, in Nigeria, reactions are trailing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's nomination of former Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, as the new Minister of Defense, replacing Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, who resigned on Monday, citing health reasons. The nomination comes less than 24 hours after General Musa met privately with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the State House on Monday evening. In a letter to the Senate, the president expressed confidence in General Musa, stating that he would bring renewed leadership to the Defense Ministry at a time the government has declared a national security emergency. Well, in an interview with Al Jazeera, which has resurfaced online, General Musa gave his insights on the insecurity plaguing the nation and the Boko Haram crisis, saying that it might be linked to an international conspiracy. Let's take a look.
We've seen Boko Haram regroup and regroup. What is your answer to that? That you have in some way fed the insurgents?
The problem is that I think we've talked to international community. Let's find out the funding. When they started surrendering, by the time we left, so as we speak, we have over 120,000 that have surrendered. Most of them, when you find them, they are coming with hard currencies. How did they get them? How are they funded? How did they get the training? How did they get the equipment?
What is your suspicion?
Well, maybe an international conspiracy. You don't know. Who knows? How are they be able to sustain themselves for 15 years? That is one question I think everybody should ask himself. For Nigeria to be able to hold them, so the UN need to come in to ensure that, because we need to trace the funding. How are they sustaining themselves for 15 years?
What does the UN coming in mean? What does that look like?
Track the funding. It's international flow. We don't have control over that.
All right, often we've spoken about these people that are funding terrorists. I mean, this was a video that began circulating on social media again. I'd say at this moment, congratulations to Christopher Musa. I believe that he will be cleared cleared by the Senate, because obviously he has such an amazing resume. And I'll take a tweet on X. This person wrote, with a resume built on frontline leadership, multinational coordination, and years of counterinsurgency command, General Musa's record already sets the bar for what Nigerians expect from the Defense Ministry. His profile speaks of discipline, strategy, and results. Now, the nation will be watching to see these same qualities translate into a stronger, safer Nigeria. May Nigeria succeed. Meanwhile, Kaduna State Governor Sani has congratulated General Musa on his nomination as Minister of Defense, describing it as an honor to the people of Kaduna State. In a post on X, Governor Sani hailed General Musa, who is a Kaduna indigene, as a patriot, and described the appointment as a round peg in a round hole, noting that Musa's tenure as Chief of Defense Staff was marked by uncommon discipline, strategic clarity, and humane leadership. And I'll read the Kaduna State Governor's post on X in part. He wrote, I express my sincere gratitude to President Tinubu for this gesture, not only to General Musa as an outstanding officer of the Nigerian Army, but also to the good people of Kaduna State who hold him in the highest esteem. For us in Kaduna State, General Musa's nomination evokes deep gratitude. Since May 2023, he has been a steadfast ally to our quest to secure every community across our state. His wise counsel, measured interventions, and firm support were instrumental in stabilizing areas once troubled by banditry and insurgent activity. The modest yet significant gains we have recorded in security bear his enduring imprint. His gallantry, particularly in critical theaters of operation across the country, has contributed immensely to safeguarding Nigeria's territorial integrity. Well, this endorsement from Governor Sani is significant because Kaduna State has been one of the worst hit by banditry, kidnapping, and insurgency in recent years. His first-hand testimony about General Musa's effectiveness in helping stabilize troubled areas adds credibility to the nomination beyond just military credentials. Well, meanwhile, a video of General Musa delivering a powerful testimony about Nigeria's resilience and his belief in the nation's ability to prevail despite the surge of terrorism, has resurfaced online. In a testimony delivered in May of this year, Musa talks about his interfaith marriage, describing his wife as his pillar and a prayer warrior. He also spoke on the crisis in the Sahel and West Africa, saying jihadists are hell-bent on taking over Nigeria. Let's take a look.
I grew up in the church. I was born and raised in Sokoto. I've born and raised in Delta State. Sometimes we're the ones that actually make things not possible for us because we doubt ourselves, we doubt our God. I grew up in the church. I was born and raised in Sokoto. My wife, born and raised in Delta State. She's my pillar. She is a prayer warrior, and because she has learned from mommy. I want to say thank you to this congregation, and thank you, Daddy and Mommy, for bringing this together. The Sahelian region and West Africa is facing unprecedented challenges by the jihadists, and they're hell-bent on taking over. God will never allow them to succeed. But we need our prayers. As Christians, we need to pray consistently and ceaselessly to ensure that this country remains one and the same. And we will continue to prevail.
It is good to see General Musa this way. I never knew he was such a prayer warrior. And it's good to see his, inter-ethnic relations with his wife at this point.